Thank you, everyone. Whew, a lot of people in one place. Now, is it even possible in the first place to build a funnel that could generate $100 million? The answer is yes. It's been proven. I mean, very recently, Hermosi has actually launched his book and sold over $100 million. I mean, it's insane. Who thought that somebody can actually make $100 million by selling books? Now, the crazy part is it actually got Guinness Book of World Record and sold 3.6 million copies of his book. I mean, that's how interesting funnels can get when you really build them the right way. And we're going to get into deep roots of how you can build a successful online sales funnel that can allow you to scale your business consistently, reliably, predictably. Now, if you're tuning in, raise your hand if you're a business owner. There you go. And I'm assuming there's a bunch of entrepreneurs who are aspiring to become a successful entrepreneur as well. So this is going to be geared towards both of you guys. And we will get deeper into how to sell digital products, courses, coaching, SaaS, anything online that can allow you to scale your company in 2025 and beyond using AI. Now, before I start my presentation, I have a good news and also a terrible bad news as well. I'll start with the bad news first because once we're done with the bad, we are rest with the good. And the bad news is, dropping the ball, everything that used to work before is no longer working right now. What do I mean by that? AI has basically commoditized all types of digital products, services, courses, coaching, and whatnot. You got the smartest person in the world in your pocket in your ChatGPT app. What are you selling? This is a very interesting space to be in right now in 2025. The old models of selling social media advertising or selling saturated agency services or trying coaching, I mean, I told you what's happening with ChatGPT, and selling software where Lovable and Bolt can create apps in 30 seconds, it's kind of tricky marketplace, trickier than ever before. But here's the thing, everybody's confused about like what's gonna happen next? What is the future? Now, Charles Darwin has really quoted this well. Not about AI, but in general, it's not the strongest of the species that survive. It's not the most intelligent that survive. It's the one that is most adaptable to change. And that's a really powerful quote because the market shift is happening right now as we speak. It's not happening in the future, it's now or never. And here's the reality, the market doesn't give you an option anymore. You basically have to adapt or else you're dead. That's the situation. But here's the good news. Everything changes, but the fundamentals always remain same in any business. Like I mentioned, the proof is in the pudding. Alex Hermosi, $100 million launch, selling books, right? Guinness World Record. I mean, he outsold Harry Potter. Who would have thought that? Now, here's the difference. He didn't just sell online products and services. He actually built a brand. That's the difference. So if you want to really win in the longest run possible, you got to be building amazing, powerful, memorable, reliable brands. And that's what we're going to talk about. The good news is I'm about to share what's actually working right now. And the best part, I've spent $500,000 plus in my own learning, and I've interviewed $1 billion worth of entrepreneurs, and I'm going to share everything I've learned. I might not be Alex Hermosi. He's the absolute GOAT. But I have generated a couple $100 million for my clients using the same funnels. So I kind of know what I'm talking about. And the fundamentals do remain like I'm talking. Now, who am I to talk big? My name is Nikhil Sai. I'm the founder and CEO at funnelingmedia.com. I went from a dropout kid at the age of 19 to making millions by the age of 21. That's my first setup when I started my business. And this is me receiving the award on stage at Funnel Hacking Live Las Vegas. And I've interviewed over $1 billion worth of guests, like I mentioned. And I published my book, funnelingsecrets.com, generated over $500 million in client results. I moved to Dubai at the age of 22, traveled around the world, been to a dozen countries in the last 1 year. Like I mentioned, I've spoken at multiple stages, international stages. Maybe I'm the youngest one here too. Who knows? Let's see. But it was not always like that. That was me wondering how could I escape poverty and actually get rich. That was my initial idea. I mean, most likely everybody starts there. And that was me, a sad face, living in a one room as a family of 4, making less than $300 a month. And I really wanted to change it badly enough. And that's where I started my online business, generated revenue, scaled my companies to buy my family a house, their first ever property, buy my family cars and stuff. And now we have a successful portfolio worth over 8 figures running successfully. There's a bunch of private brands. These are our brands we are running right now. It only happens when you can actually make your clients money. As a digital marketing agency. And we have Travis here who added over $1 million using our systems. We have Tracy who had 10 times return on advertising using our marketing systems. Now, what do you see most common in all these businesses that we have worked with who actually scale? they have 3 systems right. It starts with marketing. You got to have a marketing machine that gets consistent traffic that can generate leads for your business and create conversations. And then you need to have a cash flow system that actually brings in the bloodline for the business to keep the business active. And not only that, you got to have a fulfillment system that actually keeps your client happy, so you keep retaining them so that you don't have to wait for acquisition of new customers, which most businesses do miss, by the way. Now, you can't be grinding in all these 3 systems by yourself as an entrepreneur. You got to build what I call leverage. And this is quoted really well by Naval Ravikant. And he says, leverage is a force multiplier for your judgment. What do I mean by that? If I simplify what he taught, he talks about 4 C's. The first C is connections. I mean, you are at this event with over 3,000 entrepreneurs, so you are building connections. Connections leads to good opportunities, so always be networking. The next C is actually capital. Capital to fuel the growth of your company. Could be from investors, could be from customers that can actually fund your company's growth. And the next C could be code and automation. Any type of automation systems, processes that you can build to scale your company, do it. That's the leverage you could actually build in your company. And last but not least, content. Short form, long form, pictures, videos, anything possible to build authority and trust. That's what I'm doing right here. And to actually get most leverage possible, you need to get more customers if you're not looking for funding. And this is quoted really well by the OG of marketing, Dan Kennedy. Every speaker here most likely is an indirect student of Dan Kennedy. And funny enough, when I met him in Vegas, he actually talked about my suit game. You know, it's kind of funny. Any which ways, ultimately the business that can spend the most to acquire customer wins. That's the reality of advertising. Advertising can only get expensive over a period amount of time. The businesses who figure out how can you spend the most while being profitable win in the longest run. It's not a little hack, that's the end goal. Now, you might be thinking, what does funnels have to do with it? Because funnels allow you to scale by adding multiple upsells, downsells, products, create a pipeline and whatnot. And you might have heard Russell Brunson talking about this. You're one funnel away. Now, the reality is hundreds of thousands of people, maybe millions of funnels are online. Just in ClickFunnels, only 2,000 people actually won the 2 Comma Club, and I'm one of them. What does that even mean? 98% funnels doesn't even make $1 million. So you're not one funnel away. You are one funnel away with having the right funnel in place. The reason is most funnels have what I call leakages. And I'll explain what I mean. I'll talk about the most commonly used funnels so you get some context here. We start with the VSL funnel, the most typical high-ticket application funnel. You just put the funnel and the calling in the front end so you could sell them a $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 product. The problem with VSL funnel is only 3% of your actual leads buy your service. What does that mean? 97% of your actual buyers are lost. I mean, they're engaging with your brand, but they're not buying ever. So your 97% of advertising spend is gone to waste. And that's resulting in no profits in the end of the day. Then there is webinar funnel, challenge funnel, workshop funnels, the typical VSL funnels you actually see. And this is where you have 6 to 10% conversion on engaged lead. But here is the reality. There is so many more brands competing for the same attention, resulting in less ROI. Again, 95% leads down to the drain. Wasted ad spend, no profit. I mean, this is a very tricky funnel. It used to be profitable before, but self-liquidating offers are trickier than ever before. If you look at the CPMs in Meta right now and what's happening with YouTube ads and all the other ad platforms, it's barely, you would spend like $60 to show your ad to 1,000 people. How can you be profitable with that type of CPM? I mean, it's really tricky unless you're a magician. Sometimes you can be. And then, oh my God, this is a horrible, horrible funnel. Free trial SaaS funnel, like your cost of acquisition can boom, go to the skyrocket. Unless you have Sequoia or some big YC company funding you, it's really hard to scale with these type of funnels. And the reality is every funnel has 7 different phases. Every phase is an ineffectiveness. It's a leakage. Now, the question is, how and why are people not buying? And this is a consumer study. You can Google it actually. It's called Law of Innovation. And if you look at this study and research done deeply, you will realize that this study and the curve you see here explains why there are leakages in each funnel. Each of the funnel is actually geared to a specific audience. And if you look at the first audience, it's called innovators, right? There are 2.5% of them. They are actually the heavy hitters. They don't want to wait. They have the budget. They want to move fast. And they will be attracted through VSL sales funnels. And that's where you get high ticket buyers. Then the next type of funnel, the webinar funnels, actually attract the early adapters. And that's the $2,000, $1,000 course, mid-ticket products are actually being sold through these funnels. And then we have the early majority, the free trials, the self-liquidating offers, the free leads, everything comes here. And then there is non-engaged buyers, which you don't want to attract, but you still end up attracting. If you look at all these things, you will realize that each funnel is specifically targeted for one type of buyer. Hence, everybody else is repelled and creating a lot of leakages in your business, resulting in less profits. Now, what could be the solution? Even is there a solution in the first? Let's talk about it. And that's what we cracked. It's called AI hybrid funnel that converts most leads into highest lifetime value customers possible. It looks something like this. I'll explain in more details, but you could see it's a beautiful design made by ChatGPT. Now, let's talk about AI automation advantage. For us to launch an AI hybrid funnel, before AI, it used to take us 6 to 3 weeks at least, minimum. Like we are talking month or so to actually launch. But right now, everything could be done powered with AI. The ideation, the funnel copy, the automation, ads, funnel building, fulfillment, the workshop creation, everything could be done using AI. Now, you can take screenshots of this or take a picture. How to actually create offers and ads? You can use ChatGPT, HeyGen, captions, AI custom GPT, also icon to actually create ads and offers for your business. How to come up with self-liquidating offers that can actually attract buyers according to the market trend. Use AI Business GPT. I'm teasing it, I'll give it to you in a minute. How to actually create upsells. Again, AI Business GPT. Creating dynamic surveys. Think about it, we have 4 different type of leads. If you remember the customer journey curve. So you have to think about how can you segment each buyer and who is actually the low ticket buyer and segment them right way. Because if they're not segmented well, they won't buy. You can't sell a Ferrari buyer Toyota and a Toyota buyer Ferrari. It doesn't work like that. You have to sell the right person the right car that they're looking to buy already. And that's where the dynamic segmentation comes in place, which is possible using the modern CRM systems. If you're a high-level fanboy, go use it. Otherwise, you can check out funneling.com. There is a specific way you could actually automate your entire sales pitch on Zoom live right now. And that's where a CRM system plugged in with the right Zoom webinar platform can allow you to do unlimited Zoom webinars live, which I'll show you how it can actually work. Then you have to have a high-ticket application process for qualified buyers, meaning you have to find out people who actually have high-ticket budgets that are willing to spend right now and get them straight to the calendar. They are not watching workshops, they're not sitting in your challenges. Take them on a call and they will buy. And you need to have an automated system that can qualify and keep them engaged so they actually end up becoming customers. Now, what about the 97% who don't buy? Earlier, they used to go down the waste. But now, using the right AI caller system, you could downsell them using simple N8N automations and convert them into high-paying customers. Meaning, AI can call them and downsell them into a low-ticket product or a software trial that can keep your profitability. So you could keep spending more money on advertising to scale your business. Again, lot of SaaS trials, meaning lot more profit. Now, we are not just stopping in the sales process. We could actually use AI to collect feedback, to create user-generated content, to actually get testimonials, and many more things just using AI and automations. And that's the $100 million AI funneling system. Now, everything works because of AI here. If you look at this, I've added the tools and the things that actually the tool is resulting in. Ideation using AI Business GPT, copy using AI Business GPT, the funnel can be built on funneling.com, AI automations can be built with AI Business GPT, ads can be created through HeyGen, captions AI icon, that's what we use, you don't have to just use them, you can use anything. Fulfillment is done through AI agents, very powerful, very underestimated by the way, huge scope, use N8N or make.com to make them. Webinar. Who is here dying, sitting live, making webinars right now in 2025 and beyond? It's kind of daunting to sit and like make webinars live. I mean, I hate it at least. I don't want to do every week, every day a webinar. And that's where you could automate this, pretending it to be live. It's not super ethical, but it still works. The easy hack is just go to Zoom webinar, host the meeting, click share, and select the video file of your previous webinar recording. And it will work wonders. Nobody will ever know that you're not actually live. And if you're more fancy like me and you want all automation, you could use events and different tools which I will share. What can actually happen when you use an AI hybrid funnel in your business? Number one, you can outspend your competition right now. You know how important that is? Especially everybody is actually dying to keep their ads active. Because you have an AI hybrid funnel, you can outspend everybody else. You will get the highest quality customers paying to becoming your leads. I mean, that's just insane to me. Like, you could just scale without ever worrying about losing money. You could liquidate most of your advertising spend and become profitable in the front end, which is not that easy. It's not that easy if you just use one typical funnel, which we talked about. That's why you need this funnel. And you could downsell your non-buyers effectively using AI callers. Your mid-ticket buyers will basically buy in the end of the workshop, and your AI-powered sales system will basically make sure there is no leakages. And the best part, this is all powered through AI, meaning it's 100% adaptable to marketplace and trends. You can just refresh it with the newest update on the market and it would still function, and you don't have to have a complex team. I mean, I remember running a huge team of 80 people on a single floor, and it's just insane. It's crazy operations. But now, one VA will be able to manage an AI hybrid funnel. And that's where you get results like this. One Stripe account generating over $100 million. And not just that, this is just a random day. You look at 91 buyers at $16, 43 buyers at $25. Imagine what you can do if each of your customers is worth $100, $300, $500, but you can acquire them for $16, $14, $46, $6. It's a money machine. It's a glitch. You could just run it. And that's what it allows you to do. And you might be thinking, Nick, what is this AI Business GPT? How do I get access to it? How do I actually build this in my company? AI Business GPT is a custom GPT we have built. And you know why we have actually done this? ChatGPT is great. Anthropic's Claude is great. Grok is great. All of these LLMs are great, but the reality is they're mad scientists. They know everything about everything. The problem is they do hallucinate a lot. If you don't give context to LLM, trips. And that's where we took the most converting funnels, webinars, offers, high-ticket businesses, all the information that is required to make money, and trained a specific LLM to create our custom GPT. That results in very specific targeted copy that actually converts, and very specific offer creation techniques that can convert attention into buyers, and very persuasive sales techniques that can convert low-ticket buyers into high-ticket customers. And you could actually access it by going to joinaibusiness.com. Guys, I want you to understand what's happening right now. There is a gold rush happening. Worldwide, there is 300 million businesses that are looking to adapt to AI. Just in the US, over 30 million businesses. It's a huge industry unlock. All the existing services that are being sold are completely disrupted by AI. Just look at Meta, for example. Media buying used to be a primary service, and Mark Zuckerberg basically mentioned that he's kicking everybody's butt who's actually running ads. 2026, they're aiming to get rid of all media buyers. All of them, meaning a business owner can run ads by themselves. But here is the opportunity. Don't be sad. You could look at AI implementation as a service, which is the massive opportunity. All the 300 million businesses need AI to be implemented in the business. They are the average car wash, doctor, lawyer, dentist, chiropractor. They don't want to learn AI. They just want somebody to do it for them. And that's where all the old services are being disrupted, and the new services are AI services which are in demand. And this will only go bigger. Again, every small local business needs AI implemented. And the first movers actually take the advantage. Look at this chart real quick. You will understand what I'm talking about. When the California gold rush happened, the one who sold the shovels actually made the most amount of money. You look at all these amazing companies, Meta, Microsoft, Google, running for AI. But guess who is winning? The most valuable company in the world right now, NVIDIA. Why do you think that is? Because they're selling the infrastructure. So when small local businesses are struggling to scale, you can implement AI for them and get super rich while helping them. And that's the advantage I'm actually talking about. I don't have money to run ads, Nick. What do I do? All funnels are great, but I don't have money to run ads. Or maybe you don't want to run ads, which is fine. That's where you could still be smart and actually scale. This is one of our brands right now, which I'm showing. And we don't spend a single dime in this brand. And we have 500 clients active. Yes, you can actually get clients in 2025 and beyond spending $0 on ads by using LinkedIn and email the right way. And these are all the playbooks that I'm going to give away, so don't worry, don't panic. Now, I have a little story to share before I finish and wrap up my presentation. Think about why you actually started your business first place. Are you trying to impress somebody, or are you trying to change your life and your clients? Think about the moments you actually believed in yourself to start and scale this business. And then you got comfortable, complacent, or you're worried, self-doubt, many other reasons that are keeping you stuck so you're unable to scale. I want you to leave with one thing. And Naval Ravikant, which is one of my favorite billionaire investors, has quoted this really well. What are you afraid of losing when nothing in the world actually belongs to you? I mean, that hit me hard. And that's when I decided to do it anyways, regardless of how much fear I feel, regardless of how much uncertain I feel, I just do it. And this is a funny story. I started selling high ticket. I was selling $1,500 funnels and I was thinking I was getting rich in India. Then I invested multi 5 figures in a coaching. He taught me how to sell high ticket by being highly valuable because I was actually making my clients millions of dollars. And that changed my price from $1,500 to $15,000. And when I was kind of making that type of money from each client and we were getting dozens of clients, one of my friends like, hey Nick, you should actually get a Rolex, man. Like, it's really cool. You can absolutely buy it, like go for it. Then I thought about for a second, I'm like, why am I getting into this luxury trap of impressing others? And that's when I decided to take the same amount of money, invest in a local business, and that business right now generates me $30,000 a month. It's very simple. The difference between asset and liability, we know it, we just don't practice it. That results in negative bank balance, and we don't want that to happen. And if you are a heavy hitter and you would like to connect directly with me, here is the link. Just DM me on Instagram, Nikhil Sai Adi, that's my Instagram username. Just ask your question. I know there's 3,000 people right here. It's pretty hard to, answer all of your questions. So just DM me saying, hey, I saw you at SDS event, and then ask your question. I'll personally get back to you because I believe in adding value. So does everybody else. Thank you so much, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the presentation. And do it fearful, do it scared, do it anyways. Let's use AI and scale businesses.